Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a super cool topic about how to shoot cinematic slow-mo footage on your iPhone. Creating slow-mo footage is actually one of my favorite things to do because of how dramatic and different it is to capture something that is moving 3 times to 6 times to 8 times slower than real life. One of the best things that I love observing in slow motion is sports, when athletes jump up in the air or when a super fast action that only lasted a split second in real life is stretched out for 3 to 5 seconds for a viewer like me to enjoy the beauty of explosive and athletic movements. Luckily for us, the slow-mo feature has been available on the iPhone for quite some time, and it's really easy for you to create a very cinematic slow-mo clip for yourself. The first thing that I highly recommend is selecting a subject that will be moving very quickly in real time. Because when we slow this footage down, a person that is walking or a subject that is moving at a regular pace in real life is actually going to be too slow. So something that is sprinting or maybe waves that are crashing is going to be a great subject for this. The second thing that I would recommend is to have your subject be very well lit. When you're using the slow-mo feature on the iPhone, it actually requires a lot of light because it's shooting at a higher shutter speed. If you don't know what shutter speed is, it's completely fine, but just know that when you're doing slow-mo, you should have a lot of light, because if you do it in a dim setting, the footage is going to look all soft and noisy. It's not going to look good. So do it in broad daylight if you can, or have some kind of control lighting that you can use. Once you've picked a subject whose movement will look great in slow-mo and you filmed it in really great light, it's really easy to edit your footage to show when it wants to slow down and when it should speed up. And you could do this really easily by going to your photos and then clicking on the slow-mo clip, click edit in the top right corner, and then you could drag this little slider at the bottom that controls when it becomes slow and when it becomes normal speed, and you could choose and watch the playback and edit as you go, and it's really simple for any of us to use. The last thing that I recommend is to actually be mindful of the storage that you're taking up with your slow-mo footage, because slow-mo footage does take up a lot. And if you're as bad as I am in keeping track of that, you can use an app that I personally use called Gemini Photos. And Gemini Photos is really cool because it helps me find these things that I really don't need in my photo library, like duplicates, similar stuff, or screenshots and photos that I haven't seen in a year, and slow-mo footage, I guess. And then it separates it out into categories for me to go in, search, and then see what I want to keep, and then dump it all. And it's really simple. So I highly recommend using Gemini Photos. The download link is in the description, and highly recommend using it.